Good evening, good evening, good evening. It was something that was in my spirit, and I wanted to come on to talk to you, whoever want to hear. But what dropped in my spirit is don't allow frustration to stop your purpose. Don't allow frustration to stop your purpose. All of us have purpose. All of us have purpose. And a lot of times we could be doing well, doing good, and something comes that it didn't go the way that we want it to go, or is not going fast enough that we think, that is not going fast enough. But in God's timing, it could be going just right on point. But sometimes frustration comes to annoy us. It comes to annoy us. And it's times that we could be frustrated and we could say, well, what's the use? What is the use? This is happening. It seems like I'm trying to do this, and it's not going the way that I thought that it would go. And it comes to frustrate us. But I'm here to let you know that obstacles will come. It will come. Let me tell you, this is life. This is life, real life. And we have obstacles. And an obstacle is something that comes to block us. It comes to hinder us for that we won't go further. It's just like you could be going down a road, driving down a road. And when you get down that road, it could be something right in the middle of the road that you can't even go through. It'll stop you. And that's what an obstacle is. It comes to block you, that you don't go forth, But my mind started to thinking about Jesus. And Jesus, if he would allow frustration to come to stop him, and even with Jesus, of the things that people said and people did, if he would allow frustration to stop him, he wouldn't have never got on the cross. He would have said, what's the use? Why should I die for these people? But he knew that he had to be about his Father's business. He knew that it was purpose. And he was at the point that, listen, I have to fulfill my purpose. And let me tell you, he allowed them to put him on the cross. He allowed them to do it because he knew that he had purpose. And listen, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to God that he didn't allow frustration to stop him. Because if he would have did, we wouldn't be victorious now. So because he went through it, we could go through it. We could go through it. Listen, he already knew that they gonna kill me, but I'm not gonna allow frustration to get in my way. And even when I look at Joseph and Joseph's brothers, listen, this was his flesh and blood that wanted to see him dead, like was upset because of his dreams. They was upset with him. They put him in a pit. Then after that, they sold him. And then the woman lied. When the woman wanted to lay with Joseph, he wouldn't. He wouldn't lay with her. And then they put him in jail. So even in jail, God remembered Joseph. He went to jail. They had dreams. He interpreted dreams. And then even with one man, he said, when you leave here, remember me. Right there, the man didn't remember him, but God remembered him. But if he would allow frustration to set in, if he would have allowed his mindset to say, what is the use? What is the sense? I'll just stay here in jail. Come on. If he would have allowed that. But his mindset wasn't that I'm just going to stay here. Just stay here and die. No. He didn't allow frustration to come. He didn't allow that obstacle that blocked him. He didn't allow that. And God is saying, don't allow frustration to come, that you don't fulfill your purpose. What I have purpose for your life. It's purpose for your life. And frustration come to make us distracted, to make us feel that it's never going to happen, it's never going to be. But I beg the difference. The devil is a liar. It's going to be. And what you and I have to do, we have to speak to frustration. It was a songwriter that sung and said, I'm climbing up the mountain. But can I tell you something? God never told us to climb the mountain. He told us to speak to the mountain. Speak to it. He said, death and life is in the power of the tongue. My God. So we have to speak to frustration. We all know frustration, you got to go. You got to go. I speak to you in the name of Jesus. Frustration don't control my life. But I could declare and I could decree a thing. And so it'll be. So frustration, I send you back to dry places. I send you back to outer darkness. Because I am an overcomer. Because God says I am. We are who God says we are. Different things is going to come. But just because distraction come, just because frustration come, we don't have to allow it into our lives. We can speak to it. And I am an overcomer. I'm an overcomer. I can do all things through Christ that strengthen me. Yes, I'm more than a conqueror. You and I is more. We are more than conquerors. So again, do not allow frustration to grip your life. Do not allow frustration to pull you into a place that you cannot get out of it. Speak to frustration. Tell frustration, you're not a part of my life. And I'll send you back to the sender, to outer darkness. Yes, we got to send it back. We got to send it back. So I come on to encourage you, and say, frustration, I am not going to allow you to engulf my life, because I am an overcomer. I am who God says that I am. So I'm going to speak to frustration. I'm going to speak to the spirit of distraction and tell you to go. In the mighty name of Jesus. Be blessed. And don't allow frustration to rule you. You rule frustration. Be blessed.